Hi, Thomas Walker here, talking about Stardust Empires at War here. I'm going to show a brief rundown of part 1 here. We're going to be going into the starport here, showing off fighters, and then the frigate, space, and then in part 2 we'll show off leaving the frigate and going back to the planet and stuff like that. And that was the elevator that gets you inside the starport, which is like at the start level. You see it looks like a StarCraft type structure. And here we're at the very top. It takes about a minute to get up there, walking straight up. We're going to be constructing a light fighter, a Terran light fighter, courtesy of, I think his name is Manuel. Yeah, I'm just going to call him Manuel. It takes about 45 seconds to make a light fighter. And here it is. And we're going to go, once we get inside, we're going to go about 2,500 feet into the air and into space. That's the transition, more or less. As you can see, there's a skybox, a sun. I just have to reposition the sun because it's it's a little too low right now. It's just a point light. Once we reach space, we transition into space, and we'll see a space station where we'll purchase the frigate. Here is the planet with kind of a haze around it. We give it a glow effect, more like atmosphere. And the game is still in alpha state, so there's still a lot of bugs in the game. The crosshairs obviously can't be there because that's a third-person shooter. And then I gotta rescale them, scale it down. It's a little bit too big. It takes up too much space. So we're gonna land here and purchase a frigate, which costs about 100,000 credits, which would take, if you were to mine it by yourself, probably take you about an hour. But if you mine with your teammates, it should take you maybe 20 minutes at most. And the point of capital ships is to transport your teammates to other planets, to conquer them, and to unlock new tiers of ships that you can unleash upon the enemies. There will be 2 main planets, Shi-ite, which is the starting planet here for the Terran Alliance. It is a mining outpost. And then for the Imperium forces will be a military installation, basically set up to stop this military mining outpost. You see the frigate was constructed, and I'm going to dock with the frigate and head inside. And the core gameplay is going to be focused around conquering worlds, pretty much, with your teammates. Or if you wanted to, you could just do missions or mine or build things wherever you wanted to do. It's an open sandbox world, so you make your own decisions what you want to do. You can either stick with your starting teams or go off and probably make your own. It just depends what you want. And they'll be known as factions. And they'll be you'll either be like for the Terran Alliance or for the Imperium. And based off that, we'll unlock armor feats and equipment, and also unlock vehicles available to certain tanks, certain APCs, certain dropships, whatever. Right now we're going to head to the main bridge. Please ignore the interior. This is an old interior. I got a new one, but the problem is with docking. For some reason the ship explodes when it hits the side, so I got to figure out how to fix that. So we'll be heading up towards here to the main bridge, take command of the ship, and we'll undock from the shipyard here. As you can see, it's the orbital camera around the ship itself. We're just gonna simply undock, go forward because there's not much to explore. The ships can go on the surface, so players will be able to actually interfere with ground operations. So you'll see capital ships on the ground bombarding key locations and stuff like that. For gameplay balance, though, we're gonna add probably anti-capital ship turrets on the ground, or special vehicles that, like you see in Star Wars, where they have the big anti-capital ship lasers, something like that to deter people from having ships on the ground where they're vulnerable to attack. In high orbit, we're also going to allow players to use drop pods to actually drop into the planet, so when they die they can be recloned on their ship and then do the drop pod all over again. Or they can get in drop ships and from there invade the planet however they wish. The ships themselves will have lockable doors, especially on the docking door, but they'll be destructible, so enemies can destroy the doors and breach the ship if they needed to. And this concludes part 1. Part 2 will show me exiting the frigate here, landing on the planet, and showing off some of the ground vehicles and other things. Please keep me posted. Send me IMs, email me. This is Black and Steel Studio Productions. Signing off.